Hello everyone, this is our first video tutorial and we will be focusing on explaining the Codechef challenge problems. So today we will look at first problem of August 2015 long challenge. We highly recommend you to read the problem before continuing with the video. The link for the problem is given in the description. After reading the problem, you will notice that we are given two numbers a and b. Here let's say a equal to 3 and b equal to 8, and we are supposed to convert a to b using the operations given in the question. We are given two operations. This the variable b given to us will always be a power of 2. Here 1 4 8 16 1 4, and we need to find the minimum number of steps required to convert a variable, that is 3 here, to b variable, that is 8. If you read the two operations given in a question, you will notice that first operation here can be used to convert any number which is not a power of 2 to its closest number which is a power of 2 in minimum number of steps, and the second operation is used to convert the variable which is now a power of 2 to the end variable b. That is our final answer. Let's take an example. Let's take a equal to 3 and b equal to 8. Here we will enter a while loop which will break only when a equal to b. Now a is 3 and b is 8, so since they are not equal, we will enter the while loop, and for the first loop we will check whether a is a power of 2. Here, since a is not a power of 2, since a is 3 which is not a power of 2, we will perform the first operation, that is, if a is even, change it to a by 2, else a minus 1 by 2. Here a is odd, so we will perform a minus 1 by 2, that is 3 minus 1 by 2, that is 1. So after first loop, our variables will be a equal to 1 and b equal to 8. Now we iterate for the second loop by checking this condition. Here a is 1 and b is 8. Since they are not equal, we will enter the while loop again, and we will check again whether a is a power of 2. Here a is 1 which is a power of 2, so we will perform the second operation, that is, we will multiply a by 2 if b is greater than a, else we will divide a by 2. So here b is greater than a, b is 8 and a is 1, so we will perform a equal to a into 2, that is, we will get a equal to 2 and b equal to 8 after the second loop. Now we again check this while loop condition. Since they are not equal, we again enter the while loop, and for this time again we will check the power of 2. Since they are not since a is a power of 2, so we will again perform the second operation and multiply the variable a by 2, that is, we will get a equal to 4 and b equal to 8 after the third loop. Now we again check whether they are equal. Since they are not equal, we will again enter the while loop, and for this time we will again check whether a is a power of 2. Yes, it is a power of 2, that is 4, and we will again perform the second operation, that is multiply it by 2, that is, we will get a equal to b equal to 8. Again we will check this condition. Here, since this condition is true, we will break the while loop and come here. Now we will print the number of time the loop ran. Here the loop ran for 4 times, so the answer is 4. This is my solution. We are taking variables a and b from the user, and now for every test case, and we are initializing the variable count and flag to 0. and we are entering into this while loop while a not equal to b. This while loop is same as this while loop. Now inside the while loop we will check this condition. What this condition do is it will check whether the number a is a power of 2. How it works, let's see. What we are doing is bitwise ANDing the variable a with a minus 1, and if they are equal then it is a power of 2, else not. Let's look how it works. Let's say a equal to 4, so its binary equivalent is this, and a minus 1 3, its binary equivalent is this. So if we bitwise AND them, we will get 0 0 0, which is our result. If result is 0, then a is a power of 2, else not. Let's take another example. Let's take a equal to 6, then its binary equivalent is this, and a minus 1 5, its binary equivalent is this. If we bitwise AND them, they are then we will get a non-zero number, binary number. If since it is not a 0, our result is not 0, we will conclude that a is not a power of 2, that is 6 is not a power of 2, that is true. So this condition, if a and a minus 1 not equal to 0, that is if a is not a power of 2, this condition implies that if a is not a power of 2, and that is we will perform the first operation inside this if statement. That is, if a is even, we will change it to a by 2, else we will change it to a minus 1 by 2. That is, we are checking this if this is for odd condition and we are performing the odd case, else we will perform this even case. And in this else part, that is if the variable a is a power of 2, so we will be performing the second operation, that is multiplying the variable a by 2 if b is greater than a, else dividing it by 2. And for every iteration in the while loop, we are incrementing the counter, that is the number of steps required. And outside the while loop, when a is, this while loop will break when a is equal to b, and outside the while loop we will be printing the number of steps required to obtain the result, that is count. This is my solution. Hope this helps you.